Yeah, very excited to get the first practice in here today. I'm very thankful and grateful we were able to get outside. It's been a little challenging with weather, just to be able to get out on the field and do some things, but I felt like today couldn't have gone any better from, getting some innings in for our pitching staff to keep them moving forward, have our hitters see some live ABs, and then force us to play a little defense. So again, excited to get going here.
So after coming back from last year in the Athens Regional, now you got practice finally starting a new season. I guess how's optimism coming into this new year from last year?
Well, I think we're very optimistic. We had a tough ending to last year, but now everything starts anew. Everybody's undefeated at this time of year, and it's just get your reps in, get your system kind of in. Very thankful. We had a great fall. Have a lot of newcomers, and I think that's the one thing with I think 31 new players. You're trying to get them up to speed to compete at the highest level. And you look at the College World Series last year with 4 ACC teams, 4 SEC teams. So there's no easy way of going about this, but right now it's just take it day to day, try to get better every day, try to stay healthy this time of year, and get ready for that 56-game schedule.
31 new players. How in the world is that possible for a baseball team? That kind of, from an outsider's perspective, for me, that sounds crazy.
So we lost. It's where we're at with just college athletics right now. We had I think 21 freshmen come in and maybe 10 transfers. So again, it's first year players. It's a big number, but I think we have great leadership amongst the guys that have been here. The guys that have come in, I think, are very eager to prove themselves, certainly to our older guys. And it's been a really, really good mix, and we haven't had any issues with, our culture, just the way we go about, trying to be the best.
And obviously, Drew's sophomore season. What are you looking at for out of him? I mean, he was just getting all the honors, named ACC, preseason player of the year. Just talk about him, kind of his development, year one, year two. What you're expecting out of him?
He deserves every accolade he gets. He's a great player, and we're very fortunate we have him. But he's also a great leader. Like, there's nobody that wants to win more than he does. If he's not the hardest worker, he's in the top 3 of our guys that work hard. And when your best player works as hard as Drew Burress does, it makes everybody else around him better. And can he duplicate what he did last year? I would never root against him or think that he can't do what he did last year. But he needs help from his teammates, and those guys got to support him and surround him and do their job so that people can't pitch around him. And but he's such a great player and has such a high baseball IQ. He's one of the best.
And on the pitching side, where are you at versus last year? And I guess who you kind of expect to step up now?
We have tremendous depth on our pitching staff, and I think that's the one area we've improved greatly. You got Tate McKee back. He just threw out here today, threw outstanding for 3 innings. So. He got his feet wet last year. He started some weekend series for us, had some big wins for us down the stretch. Now he's a year older, but he was outstanding out here today. But I think, and I've told people this, I could look at 20 guys right now that we could put in a game, and I'd feel very comfortable with what we have. Our freshman class is really talented, highly ranked, number 2 ranked class by Perfect Game, coming into the year. They're freshmen, and I think some of those guys will be called on very early to contribute. But I think, again, it's just day to day, keep getting better every day. Those guys just need to, fail a little bit and then grow from those failures. But I'm very pleased with not only our freshman class, pleased with our transfers, and then our upperclassmen that got a chance to play a lot last year. They just look better.
And I guess the main goal of this part of the season is development without getting hurt, right? I mean, what are you kind of expecting for this portion?
No question. Like we just need to keep taking those daily steps. again, guys are going to get hurt. You hope nobody gets hurt, but if you can get through the preseason without any major injuries or setbacks, that's what you're always looking for. But you can't control that, but you just control the work that we put in each and every day, and trust that work and that preparation is going to get us ready to play.
2 and I am done. Who were you expecting that might not be such a common household name right now, but will be through the season?
Well, I think, John Giesler, this is his 6th year playing baseball here. So when I talk about Drew Burris being a leader, John Giesler is really the guy that sets the tone for us. Has had 2 really good back-to-back years. He was hurt some last year, but when we got him back kind of down the stretch, he was one of our key players. So I think he for sure. Von Lackey ended up winning the catching job last year. I think he is just a lot better. I think we're going to have a really good shortstop in Kyle Lodice, who's one of those transfers that came in here. I think people will realize real quick that he's a really good college baseball player and a pro prospect. And then there's several other guys, too many to name right now, that I think will just contribute a lot for us and get us going in the right direction.
And you talking about Kyle, I mean, what has the transfer portal kind of been like? I mean, you kind of alluded to it earlier, but having a guy that can start right away, right, and just plug play, but then also kind of dealing with 31 freshmen. I guess 2 sides to that. Cause I don't know. To me, that's kind of crazy. But I mean, positive. You can come in, get a plug play, and then boom, stopgap.
We've had a lot of success with the transfers. We don't take a lot of them, but the ones that we have brought in here the last couple of years have been great players for us. And it's a lot of plug and play. So you're targeting specific guys for your needs. And if you can get an older guy that's a really good player like Kyle Lodice, I mean that helps your ball club tremendously. We have 21 freshmen, so just want to make sure to be clear there, and then 10 transfers. But Kyle is one of those transfers that looks like he's really going to be a good player, and the other one would probably be Kent Schmidt, who transferred in as well. He's playing some first base, left-hand hitter, has some power. So those 2 guys probably are just guys that I think will help us a lot this year.
And all right, last one. Forgive me. How many years have you been here?
32. This will be my 32nd season.
32nd season. All right. So when you look on the start to where you're at now, like kind of just can you kind of concisely explain like the whole ride? I know that's a lot to pack into a short little.
Yeah.
But I'm just curious, like from your perspective, from then to now.
Yeah, during my tenure, we our league has grown tremendously. The fact that Cal and Stanford are in our league now, 2 West Coast teams, that's 32 years ago I never would have believed that. And we've added not only Cal and Stanford, but it's Notre Dame and Boston College and Louisville and teams like that, Virginia Tech, that have been added to certainly to the league. So the league just in itself is I think way deeper. Then you add everything that's going on right now, whether it's the transfer portal, NIL, being able to manage a roster year to year. I don't know that anybody knows for sure what it's gonna look like next year. We have a really good idea, but who knows? It could change very quickly. I think the one thing that's probably not going away anytime soon is the transfer portal. I think we can count on that. And that's probably a topic for another day, but it's here, and you have to be able to kind of adapt on the fly and use it any way you can to try to make your ball club better.
Coach, I know you talk a lot about, the fact that you have 21 freshmen on the team. Just how do you keep the culture together with a lot of new incoming players?
Well, you count on your upperclassmen, honestly, and guys that have been here. They kind of know how we operate. Like Georgia Tech is unique in that it's a tough academic school. So for some of these guys, it's the first time they've really had to probably bear down on their studies. But You know, we set a team GPA record for the fall this year. Our guys did a tremendous job in the classroom, and for me, that's always the first place you look. If they're handling kind of their business off the field, that usually translates that they'll handle their business on the field. And so I think our upperclassmen, our academic services people have done a tremendous job of just getting all these guys oriented to the rigors of Georgia Tech, you know, because we ask a lot from our players. I mean, they're playing baseball, they're lifting, they're going to tutoring, you know, they're going to class. They do like to have a social life every now and then. So, you know, again, I can't say enough about our leadership, but it always, you know, you can kind of set some standards, but it's up to the, you know, guys on the team to hold guys accountable to live up to those standards, and they've done a great job of doing that.
As long as you've been here, have you ever had that many incoming freshmen come to?
I think that's probably one of the largest classes that we have had, and you know, but we had a lot of turnover last year between, you know, we had an older team for the most part, so guys getting drafted, guys graduating. You know, the transfer portal, we had, you know, more guys probably transfer last year than we've had since I've been here, but I think that's just the nature of where college athletics is right now.
What's going to be the overall message to your team this year to get the job done?
We just got to keep. I know we'll compete. Like, I never worry about any of our teams competing. It's just we have to get better each day. Kind of take each day as it comes and make sure we prepare the right way to give our best effort each and every day.